Welcome to today's interview. Here with us we have Adam Scott, who was wrongly convicted of rape, and Edward Renison, the CEO of LGC Forensics, who are the company that had poor attention to detail, which led to an innocent man being convicted. So, Adam, I believe your DNA was taken in connection with a separate matter and had become contaminated as it was being processed at a lab run by LGC Forensics. This is a result of a human error by a technician who failed to follow basic human procedures for the disposal of plastic trays used as part of a validated DNA extraction process. How does that make you feel?
The fact I spent 3 months in prison has made me extremely angry, as it was such a stupid mistake that was made. It is common sense to make sure equipment is cleaned properly, to make sure that this doesn't happen.
Why do you think you were convicted, Adam?
Obviously, the main reason I was convicted was because my DNA was found on the used tray. However, I don't understand how this came to a guilty verdict, as I wasn't even in Manchester at the time. I was in Devon, which is a long way from where the rape happened.
Adam, what do you think could be changed within this company to ensure that this does not happen to somebody else?
Basic training of lab procedures is needed to ensure it will not happen again, like cleaning and double checking that results are correct. Not only is this training needed, but someone needs to ensure these standards are followed and maintained to make sure there is no chance of contamination and no one else is wrongly accused.
26,000 samples have been processed before the flaw was even found. What has been changed within the company since this mistake first occurred?
The first step I took when I found out that the sample had been contaminated was to contact the police and the CPS. After that, an internal investigation was conducted, errors were acknowledged, changes such as basic training within the labs, communication records were put in place.
How are you going to oversee the implementation of these changes?
We need to make sure that everything we are doing is checked and double-checked to make sure everyone has a fair chance. These changes have been successful because the UK Accreditation Service has expressed their satisfaction with our investigating and overall communication, avoidance and checking process. We have also made changes within the archives, and the forces now must create individual storage systems for forensic material.
Well, that's all we've got time for today. Thank you for joining us, and let's hope that nothing like this happens again.